What is up, viewer out there watching this video? Larx back here, and if you're wondering why I'm so quiet, it's because I'm not even supposed to be doing a commentary right now. It's 12:56 a.m. and it's the morning before my first day of high school. And if you watch my leaving elementary school video, then you know exactly how this video was going to be laid out. I'm gonna record my first segment, which is the segment that you're listening to right now. I'm recording this before I go to bed, and then I'm going to record my second segment, which is going to be recorded right before I go to school, and then I'm going to record the third segment, which is going to be recorded after my first day of high school. I used the same format for my elementary school graduation video. But anyways, I just decided that it would be perfect to make a video about my first day of high school, because as you guys know, the first day of high school is freaking enormous for the lives of anybody. If you go to high school, then it just basically means that you're growing up, and then, you know, all these changes are happening in your life. So I just decided to capture my thoughts and opinions about this first day, right before I went to bed, right before school, and then after school. Alright, so here's how my day is going to go out so far. First of all, when I wake up at around 8:30, I'm going to be going to my new high school at 9, and I'm gonna hang out with a couple of my friends, Canucks fan 28, maybe XXC Nation Guy -XX. I sent him an invite, but he hasn't responded yet, so maybe he's not coming, I'm not sure. But anyways, we're gonna be hanging out at 9 o'clock at my new high school, and then we're actually going to be spending our first day in our new high school at 10, so we're gonna be hanging out around my new high school an hour before the actual school day starts. So once the school day starts, I go to school at 10, meet up with all my friends and stuff, maybe make some new friends, and then I'm gonna be leaving that new high school an hour or two after we start the day at the high school. So that's gonna be my entire first day of high school experience. I'm gonna be letting you guys know my thoughts before school, after school, and before I go to bed on the morning before I go to school. So anyways, I've made a couple of cuts here, so it's 1 a.m. in the morning, like exactly 1 a.m. I know it was like it was like 12:56 a.m. earlier in the video, but that's because I made a couple of cuts. But anyways, it's 1 a.m. and I'm feeling not as excited as I thought it would be. Honestly, when I left elementary school, I thought I was going to be super excited when my first day of high school came, and that I'm going to be like so pumped up, and I'm not going to be able to sleep and all that stuff that just happens when you're really excited about something. But I actually feel not excited. Well, not as excited as I want it to be, because the excitement level that I have now can be compared to an excitement level when I'm going to a birthday party. Like, the excitement that I have really isn't major, it's just very minuscule. But anyways, nevertheless, I still am excited for going to this new high school, because honestly, high school is something that I've never thought I'd be able to get into, because I'll always be too young. I even said it in my elementary school video. But anyways, as I said, I'm not really that nervous. I know a lot of my other friends are, because they've been posting on Facebook for like hours saying, "Oh, I'm so excited to go to high school," and all that stuff. But anyways, it's 1:01 a.m. and I probably should be sleeping by now, because I'm going to be waking up at 8:30 to go hang out with my friends. And once I wake up, I'm going to be recording another segment, which is going to be the second segment, right before I leave my house to go hang out with my friends. So yeah, see you guys in a little bit. It's 1:02 a.m. I know it was like 1 a.m. earlier in the video. It's just because I made a cut. But anyways, 1:02 a.m. First segment is coming to an end. Second segment is coming up really shortly. So yeah, I'm gonna go sleep now. It's 1:03 a.m. and I just made a cut. That's why the time is speeding up for some reason. But anyways, 1:03 a.m. First segment is coming to an end. Second segment should start up in a couple of seconds. Good night, guys. Alright, so it's 8:34 a.m. in the morning. I honestly didn't get any sleep whatsoever, so I'm still recording this in the same life, I guess. That didn't really make sense. But anyways, I didn't get any sleep. I was on YouTube trying to look for videos that'll supposedly help you go to sleep, and I admit they do work, or they would work on me on a normal day, but for some reason they didn't really help me go to sleep on this specific day. So I don't know why I wasn't able to fall asleep. Probably because I was excited. But anyways, it's 8:35 a.m. and as of right now, it's raining outside here in Vancouver, Canada. It's actually pouring, and so what my friends and I decided to do was wait until 8:45, and when 8:45 comes, if it's still raining, then we're not going to go hang out before school starts. But if it's not raining at 8:45, then we are still going to hang out. But honestly, I really don't see the rain stopping anytime soon, unless it's sometime in the next hour or so, and it's 8:36 a.m. right now, and there's really not a good chance that the rain is going to stop, honestly. So I really don't feel like we're going to be hanging out near my school anymore, and I'm just going to be going straight to my high school sometime before 10. So it's 8:36 a.m. and the next part that you're going to hear is still the second segment because I haven't gone to school yet. So anyways, in a couple of minutes I'm going to be letting you guys know if we actually are going to hang out by my school or not at 8:45. So as I said, it's raining. It's 8:37 a.m. right now, and yeah, so I'm going to see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so it's now 9:12 a.m., or actually it just turned 9:13 a.m. on my clock on the computer that I'm using right now. But anyways, we didn't hang out because, well, it's still raining, and honestly, I really don't see the rain stopping anytime soon, as I said earlier in the video. But anyways, I'm going to get ready for school now, and I'll be back with you guys in a little bit to share with you guys my final thoughts before my very first day of high school. So yeah, see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, it's 9:34 a.m. and I'm ready to go to that was really bad grammar. It's 9:34 a.m. and I'm ready to go to high school for the first time in my life. So, yeah. See you guys after school. Second segment is coming to an end. Third segment should be starting up in a little bit. See you guys later. That was really bad. That was really weird. I don't know what I'm saying. See you guys later. There we go. Alright, so I just came back from my first day of high school, and it's 12:40 p.m. I actually came back later than I was supposed to because my friends decided that they wanted to take the long route walking home, so I just followed along since I would have no one to walk with if I went the short route home. But anyways, it's 12:40 p.m. and I just got back from my first day of high school, and honestly, it wasn't bad. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Or not really bad at all, actually. It was actually quite good. But actually, it was pretty much what you'd expect from a regular high school. It's just feels like a more advanced elementary school, I guess, because there's different classes and all that other stuff. But so far, I've got everything down. So far I have all the semesters down, all the teachers and stuff. I got the rooms down, which is actually pretty impressive, if I do say so myself, because this is actually a big school that I'm going to, and I've actually memorized the rooms that I'm going to be going into for these next couple of months. I also got the periods good, too. The only thing I'm having a bit of trouble with is defining the word term on this piece of paper that was handed to me that contains all of my study classes and whatnot. But anyways, I'll probably be in the know about what this term thing is all about later in the future because, well, then again, it is my first day. I really shouldn't be knowing too much about the school just yet. I'm probably going to be able to learn more about all this stuff later in the future. So, anyways, this day was pretty fun, I guess. I'm in a lot of classes with my friends. I think the majority of my classes, I have a friend that I've been with for a long time in my previous school, which was my elementary school. So, that's going to be pretty fun, I guess. And all in all, it seems like I'm going to have a good year at this high school. Hopefully there's not too much work. Well, actually, I really don't mind too much work because I actually usually seem to get it done all the time. So I'm not really worried about that. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this whole experience. I guess it was fun. Hopefully I can show this video to my kid when I'm like 20 or no, not 20. That's gonna be way too young. When I'm like 30 or 40 years old and show my kid, hey, this is what I was like when I was going to my first day of high school. This is what you're gonna be like too. It's not as boring as you think it's going to be. It's actually going to be really fun. So maybe I can show this video to my kids. So yeah, future kid that I'm gonna have in the future, sometime around 2030, 2040, I don't know. Hello, this is your father, and he's 13 years old right now, and he just went through his first day of high school. You should be proud for your father. I don't know why I just said that. That was really weird. But anyways, I'm done recording this video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Twitter, Google Plus links down below. Make sure to roll like and subscribe. Let us know on gaming, and bye.